Let's go to Get Dunked On. Says, are the Lakers the favorites to win it all again? They are, because they just revamped this team. They have completely revamped this team, and they were already a championship team. Yes, you lost some key players like Dwight Howard, Rajon Rondo, Avery Bradley, JaVale McGee, and even Danny Green as well. But you replaced those guys with some elite players like Montrezl Harrell, Marc Gasol. You re-signed KCP. You re-signed Markieff Morris, and you brought in Wesley Matthews on a $3 million deal. This Laker team looks incredible because you look at their starting five, and I believe Marc Gasol should start on day one, and Montrezl Harrell should be your sixth man because we have seen him thrive in that six-man role. But all in all, this Laker team got better, and they got better easily by adding Dennis Schroeder via trade, by re-signing Markieff Morris and KCP, by signing Marc Gasol and signing Wesley Matthews, and all together, they got to keep their core with AD, LeBron, and Kyle Kuzma. This team looks strong, and I think they will win it again in 2021. But what do you guys think? Who is the favorites, or who do you think will win the 2021 NBA Finals? Go ahead and make your predictions in the comments, or if you're watching live with us right now in the live chat, who you think is going to win the 2021 NBA Finals. Maybe you do think it's the Lakers, or maybe, excuse me, you got a totally different team. Let me know who it is down below. Let's go to Michael. Says, surprise team of the year. I got the Pelicans. The Pelicans are going to be interesting because they have Eric Bledsoe and they have Steven Adams now, and they add that to the lineup with Brandon Ingram and Zion, or at least at the time that we're recording this on Monday afternoon. They're probably going to bring back Brandon Ingram, but nothing official quite yet. They could sneak into the playoffs. I don't trust them yet. Still think they're a little bit too young. I'm not ready to say they're a playoff team, at least not in the Western Conference. So, good team. Maybe they're a surprise and they sneak in, but I don't have them up there quite yet. Let's go to Dog Film. Says, Philly going to make any more key trades or signings, or will they just get some more bench depth? I think just more bench depth at this point. You traded for Tony Bradley. You added Dwight Howard. You traded for Danny Green. You traded for Seth Curry. You have Matisse Thybulle off the bench, or potentially in the starting five. I think they're fine. I think if they're healthy, they are right back in the top of the Eastern Conference, but that's the biggest if they can stay healthy. So, yeah, probably no more moves for the Sixers. I don't think they don't really have any cap space left, but your starting five, it's pretty strong now. You go Ben Simmons, maybe you go Seth Curry or Danny Green, Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid, and then Matisse Thybulle. You drafted Tyrese Maxey and Isaiah Joe. Those were really big draft picks for me. I like what they have. I think they just need to roll with what they've got and hope for the best and hope that everyone stays healthy. Let's go to the super chat from Nam Lee. Says, the Mavs getting bigger. No more small dudes from the draft to Josh Richardson all the way to Willie Cauley-Stein, a B+. I agree with you, Nam. I really do think this is a B+ offseason for the Mavs. I don't give it an A because they didn't find the third star like I think some people were hoping or expecting. I even thought they would potentially trade for somebody, and it didn't happen. But you got better with Josh Richardson. You drafted Josh Green and Tyrell Terry, who I think Tyrell Terry was a huge steal. And you also went out and re-signed Willie Cauley-Stein. Now you get healthier with Jalen Brunson. I think this offseason is easily a B+ for the Dallas Mavericks. It wasn't a super flashy offseason. You didn't do anything crazy, but you made the smart moves and you did what needed to be done by adding tougher guys like James Johnson, Willie Cauley-Stein, Josh Richardson, and even bringing in shooting to replace Seth Curry and Tyrell Terry. I like the Dallas Mavericks offseason, Nam. I agree with you. I give it a B+. Let's go to the super chat from LakerNation for Life. Montrezl Harrell was the most shocking thing to happen in 2020. I don't know about in 2020, but definitely for the NBA 2020 offseason, I think it was the most shocking thing. I think that was such a great signing for the Lakers. I think they get a steal at the mid-level exception. He was apparently getting more money offered to him from teams like the Charlotte Hornets, but he wanted to stay on a competitive team. And I think he wanted to stay in Los Angeles as well. So, yeah, he goes to the Lakers in what was, I think, one of the bigger surprises of the offseason outside of Gordon Hayward getting $120 million. Let's go to the super chat from Donovan. Sixers getting Seth Curry and Danny Green. Yeah, they are. That is an accurate statement. I like the pickups of both. They're both really good three-point shooters, and that's what Daryl Morey's wanted to do around Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. And I think that's what Elton Brand needed, was a guy to come in and say, hey, here's how you do it. And he added 2 three-point shooters, one that is elite in Seth Curry and one that is still really solid in Danny Green. So, 2 thumbs up for Daryl Morey and the Philadelphia 76ers in my eyes. I like what the Sixers have done. I think you got to keep making the right moves. And if you want to make the right move, go to chatsports.com/NBA mask. Go get yourself a face mask for up to 30% off your favorite team mask today. Favorite logo, favorite style, favorite amount of mask that you want. They have 1, 2 packs of 3 or packs of 4. You can get it today at chatsports.com/NBA mask. It's a great stocking stuffer for the holidays, so go pick yours up today and get one for whoever the biggest NBA fan is in your life at chatsports.com/NBA mask. Nam Lee with all the super chats says, your 2020-21 NBA champions, the Dallas Mavericks. Everything would have to go right for the Mavs to win the championship in 2021. I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility, but Luka needs to return as an MVP. He has to be the MVP. If the Mavs are going to win the championship, he has to be the MVP. Kristaps Porzingis has to play basically every other game outside of the first month of the season. Once he misses that time and then comes back, he cannot miss any more time. Josh Richardson needs to be a defensive, really all-NBA defensive kind of guy. Tim Hardaway Jr. needs to return as his consistent self. That's a lot of stuff that has to go right, and I'm not saying it's impossible, but I think it's unlikely. I still think this team is definitely Western Conference Finals worthy. I think they could be there in the right situation, but you got to stay healthy, and that's leaning a lot on what happens with Kristaps Porzingis. Let's go to Michael. As he said, could the Celtics trade for Gobert, Tristan Thompson, and a pick for Rudy Gobert? Look, if the Jazz wanted if the Jazz wanted Tristan Thompson, they just would have signed him. There's no reason the Jazz do this. Tristan Thompson is not even half the player Rudy Gobert is. Now, maybe a few draft picks could get it done, but if you're going to trade for Gobert, it probably has to include Tristan Thompson and probably a guy like Marcus Smart, plus draft picks. That's a lot. I don't know if I'm doing that. I'd rather just wait for Rudy Gobert and free agency in 2021 if I'm the Boston Celtics. Ryan Sheenberg says, are the Raptors still in top 5 of the Eastern Conference? Top 5's tough to say because you look at who is top 5. You got Milwaukee, Brooklyn, you have Miami, Boston, and Philly. That's your top 5 right there. I mean, I just named 5 that are easily better than Toronto. So I'm not ready to put them in the top 5 of my Eastern Conference. I think they're definitely a playoff team, but I don't think they're top 5 in the East. But, hey, if you want to keep up with your favorite team, you want to keep up with the NBA, you want to keep up with really anything, we may not be top 5. Actually, we are top 5, but we're not just top 5. We're not 5, we're not 4, we're not 3, we're not 2, we are number 1. Dang it, that didn't go as smoothly as I wanted it to, but whatever it is, you should subscribe today to youtube.com/chatsportstv. Maybe if we get more subscribers, I'll be able to nail my subscribe reads a little bit more smooth here on Chat Sports. But go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss a single video we're putting out about your favorite team and your favorite league, the NBA. Joshua coming in says the Warriors record prediction and what seed? Man, with 72 games being played, I think a solid 42-30 season is possible for the Warriors. Maybe that's a little generous. It all depends on how Wiggins and Kelly Oubre kind of turn out and how they play with this team. I just don't know. I think right now you look at the teams that are easily better than them, or definitely, I think, in my opinion, better than them. Both the LA teams are definitely better than the Warriors. I still think the Nuggets are better than the Warriors. I think without Klay Thompson, the Dallas Mavericks and Trailblazers are better than the Warriors as well. So I'd say the Warriors are probably a 6 seed in this Western Conference. You know what? I think that's pretty solid. It also depends on what happens with the Rockets. But why don't you guys make your predictions? I gave you mine, so give me yours. What will the Warriors record be in 2021? So 72 games, so make sure you get your math right, not 82. 72 games. I'm saying 42-30. That's just off the top of my head. I haven't really gone in depth on it. But I'm going to say 42-30 this offseason or this next season. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section or in the live chat. Let's go to that's a Russian name that I cannot pronounce. It says NBA MVP sleepers. I can't call Luka Doncic a sleeper just simply because he is the favorite. And my pick from the beginning actually wasn't Luka. I actually picked Stephen Curry. But without Klay Thompson on the Warriors, I think it's going to be a little bit tougher for him to win it. Is it fair to say Kevin Durant's a sleeper if he comes back healthy? I think that's a good pick. I think that would be my pick right now. So, those are probably my top 3 sleeper picks, but also not sleeper picks, as they could be guys that just outright win it. But I like that question. Let me know what you guys have as an NBA sleeper MVP in the comment section. Let's go. Tristan Main gives me a super chat. It says, what do you think? Oh, do you think the Celtics could beat the Bucks? I mean, they basically could have last year. Obviously, the Miami Heat did it, so I think the Celtics could have done it as well. The problem with the Boston Celtics is that you don't really have a Giannis stopper. Like, Jason Tatum's not going to stop Giannis. Marcus Smart's your best defender, and he's not going to stop Giannis. Jaylen Brown's too small to stop Giannis. So it's all about how you play him. If you play him in a zone or whatever you might do. I'm going to lean no, but in a 7-game series, I think Brad Stevens might be able to outcoach Mike Budenholzer.